Hey guys, what's going on? Squidprints here, and I'm bringing you another Wi-Fi battle. This battle is back from when I was just looking for passerby battles like over at least a week ago, something like that. And this was back when, I was getting really into like UU and just bringing UU stuff, to see if I could find any other UU battles or just see how they compare up against, an OU team. And I ended up, challenging this kid named Zero. He was like accepting challenges from anyone. So I was like, I hope this kid is good enough to put up, a notification like that. So I ended up challenging him, and he actually accepted. So as you can see, he has a pretty, scary standard, OU team. We have 4 legendaries we're going up against. We got Latios, Heatran, Terrakion, and Thunderous, along with, Tyranitar and Ferrothorn on top of that. So I figured, me and my guys, I know I have good skills in this. I'm comfortable with my skills as a Pokemon player, where I can play around such obstacles, if you would. So this team I've just been, using. It does have a team purpose in a sense. Rotom and the Ursaring have some good synergy with the Quick Feet and the Volt Switch. Also, I have my Reuniclus for the Trick Room, which can correspond with Arcanine. Since I do have no speed investment, I should be able to take advantage at some points. Some things will still outspeed me, but it's just some kind of little bit of synergy. And then I have a good combo of Zoroark and Ambipom, which actually it works out pretty well when I have my Zoroark coming elusified as Ambipom, because people usually switch out fearing a fake out, where you can just get off like a nasty plot and then keep your sash intact. But I'll show you how this battle ends up turning out. So I figure I want to start off the battle, and I want to lead off with my Zoroark, because they're not really going to know. I'm hoping that he's not expecting it. And I figured he'd end up leading off with Ferrothorn. So if I go out there, dressed up as Rotom, maybe he'll expect like a Volt Switch or something. So I'm just going to go for a nasty plot right off the top, expecting him to either Stealth Rock or, maybe go for a Protect to Scout. But I end up getting up a +2 to begin with. Sash is intact. He knows I'm Zoroark now. So predicting my Flamethrower, he's going to end up going into Heatran, which he does predict correctly. I do end up just going for the safe play, because I figured, if he stays in, that's a kill right there. And if he doesn't, I do have something to kill the Heatran as well, which is Focus Blast. Unfortunately, I do end up missing the Focus Blast. He's going to go for Fire Blast, and that is going to end up taking me down to my Sash. Now, I am pretty much forced to stay in here because I can't switch out, because I'm going to end up, dying to Stealth Rock entry. So he's going to switch out, and I'm going to end up just going for a safe Dark Pulse here, because I figured, he's probably going to fear the Focus Blast, and he can probably take a Focus Blast with his Ferrothorn, or he was just going to fire it off. So the Dark Pulse ends up doing, over 50%, which is awesome. I got the +2, the Stab. Now he's going to end up going for Protect to Scout what I'm going to do and get Leftovers Recovery. So I'm just going to go for the safe play with the Flamethrower, because I don't fear the Heatran coming in. But here I'm going to go for a different play and just go for the Dark Pulse, predicting the Heatran to come in just so I wouldn't miss and I could 2-hit KO it. But he actually ends up trying to be sneaky here, predicting my Flamethrower to get a resisted hit on Latios and then hit me. But that Dark Pulse is going to be enough to just sweep out that Latios, so that is, tremendous right there. That's a huge threat that's out of our way. So now he's going to end up bringing his Terrakion, Scarf Terrakion, so at least I'm assuming it was Scarf, because I really don't have anything to outspeed it anyway. And plus, even if it was Scarf, I do have Fake Out priority that would take it down. His defenses aren't exactly, phenomenal. But he ends up taking me out. I know he's going to end up switching out because he really can't do too much to me. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to set up a Trick Room. So the T-Tar comes in. I really don't have too much of a fear of T-Tar just because I do carry the Focus Blast. Tyranitar is 4 times weak to fighting, so even with the Sand Boost and, even if it's especially defensive, it's going to struggle to live something like this. So Reuniclus is going to end up going for the Focus Blast, and fortunately this one hits. playing the odds with Focus Blast is always a tricky game, but the fact that we can end up taking out the T-Tar is, really helpful. However, he does end up bringing the Ferrothorn, and now not only is he may be specially defensive, but now he also gets the Sand Boost on top of it because of his Steel typing. So he's going to end up going for Protect just to burn, a turn of Trick Room to pretty much just stop one more, Reign of Terror. So I'm going to go for the Focus Blast, miss. He's going to go for the Power Whip, miss. So that turn was completely irrelevant from the entire battle. So now I'm just going to end up going for a safe Shadow Ball because I was like, I don't want to miss a Focus Blast. I've missed 2 already this game. I'd rather go with a safe Shadow Ball. So I go for that. I end up getting the special defense drop as well, and it turns out that his Power Whip pretty much does nothing to me. So now he has a special defense drop. He's going to end up, going down to this next Shadow Ball. But I'm going to go for a Trick Room again because I want to continue my reign of, Gelatin Terror against his squad. So he's going to end up switching into the Heatran to take the Shadow Ball. But I'm just going to go for the Trick Room. Now, I figure, let me just try and go for Focus Blast again. Fortunately, this one hits, and that is going to be, enough to just take out the Heatran completely. So that's just another, giant wall, pain in the butt that is now down, and my Trick Room is still up. So now he decides to go into his Thundurus, where I just want to go for a Psyshock, see how much it does, because I'm pretty sure I can live at least one more hit. Now, it almost takes him out. He does go for the Thunderbolt, and I do live on just, a little smack roll of 33%, so I will be able to go for a second Psyshock and take out the Thundurus as well. So now his options for dealing with my team are becoming, a little bit, less and less as the game progresses. So the Ferrothorn is now going to come in, is going to go for a Protect again to get a little bit more leftovers recovery and to, burn another Trick Room turn. So I was just going to go for a safe Shadow Ball because I'm really not, fearing what the Ferrothorn can do. Unfortunately, the Dimensions turned back, and he is going to be able to outspeed me this time, and the Power Whip is going to end up being enough to take me out. The crit is irrelevant. It was going to be enough to take me out anyway. So now I have to deal with this Ferrothorn. I'm thinking to myself, looking at my team, how am I going to take care of this? So I'm going to send in Buster. Now, his Stealth Rocks are up, but I'm not really too worried about the Stealth Rocks in general. Just because for my Arcanine, I like to carry a Citrus Berry, just because, it extends life a little bit. So he's going to end up switching into his Terrakion here to take the Flare Blitz, which I'm okay with. I do have my priorities to help me deal with the Terrakion. I have the Fake Out priority with Amber Palm, and I do also carry the E-Speed with my Arcanine, so I don't want to lose Arcanine here. So this situation pretty much forces me to go into my Ursaring because it is, the least useful at this point during the game. Because I do need a pivot point right here to get to my defensive Rotom to help me take down this Terrakion right now. So my Ursaring, my Mordew, is going to end up taking one for the team here just to give us that little momentum swing, go right into Rotom. Because, if he's running Jolly Scarf, and I am defensive, taking a hit should be, absolutely not a problem or an issue for Rotom to take. So now he's going to stay in, go for the close combat, and fortunately I am going to be able to live it. Also, I do have my Citrus Berry on my Rotom, so he's just going to, munch on that, get some health back, and from that range, I think it's questionable if I could take another close combat, but I am going to end up going for the Will-O-Wisp, and which is awesome because now this Terrakion is completely, disabled for this battle. And he knows that, and all he had left was the Ferrothorn, so he's going to end up, running from the battle. And I thought it was a good battle, just because Pokemon aren't in, OU standard doesn't mean that they can't compete in there. So, I really enjoy bringing UU against, OU stuff and showing what they could do. But I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and I'll catch you guys later. Okay, bye.